Buff Bagwell, were you in WCW when Buff Bagwell turned up, or did you ever cross paths?
Well, I know Buff. I worked with him in TNA.
Oh, right.
But what was his situation in WCW? Or what
Well,
happened?
I just don't know when exactly he went to WCW. I know he was there in '92. I'm just not sure if he was there by
Well,
the time
the
you were
the
there
thing
or he
about
left.
Buff, I think he did some male prostitution. I read
He
about.
did stripping, and he's done later on. He was doing escort work. Do you know how much he was
That's
charging for an entire evening with the Buffster?
2000.
Okay, right. So I actually saw the website itself at the time. $25,000.
For one night,
Yeah.
I'd ask for a refund.
If you paid
That's
it in the
what I'd
first
do.
place, then you'd need your head
Yeah.
checking.
Nah, I don't think he ever got $25,000. No.
What was
Did you think, would you, wait a minute, do you think he could command such a fee?
you can try and charge whatever you want. Do I think anyone ever
That's
paid
right.
that? No.
No. But you might as well ask for it. I'll say that. I'll make, guess what they got? They can say two things, yes and no. Or they can try to get you down a little bit.
Or negotiate.
Yeah, they can. But so wait a minute. What do you mean you looked on his page? He had a
Oh, yeah,
page?
he had a website back in the day
He,
where it say,
he
for
still,
an hour, 2 hours, maybe it was for the weekend, $25,000, but that's still a little pricey.
okay, was it a night or was it a weekend?
I'm backtracking on myself. It was either a night or a weekend. I can't remember, but like an hour would start probably at four figures.
Well, yeah. What would have been an hour be?
I only remember the $25,000 number. Let's say $1,000, and then it multiplies like if you want 2 hours, then
Oh,
it's
it's 1,000.
$3,000.
Oh, it's 1,000 an hour.
Let's say that, yeah.
Okay, so a weekend, 25,000. Well, okay. Well, he's giving them a break. It should be 48,000.
I've messed up. Here, I remember the $25,000 thing. Here it is. I do apologize. $800 for 2 hours. $1,550 for 4 hours.
Wait a minute. 1,000. How much?
1,550, which is a
Well,
weird
what the?
number to come up with, though.
Yeah, that is a weird
That's
number. Where's the 50 come
that's a
in?
$50 discount if you book four
Yeah.
instead of two.
Yeah.
Overnight,
Yeah.
$3,000.
Yeah.
Per day, $4,500. For a weekend trip, $8,000. And for an entire week, I'm sorry to say, that was $25,000. I've got my numbers mixed up.
Well, good work if you can get it.
Could he get it?
I don't know. How long was he in that business?
Oh, God, I don't know. This was back in 2014, these numbers were reported. You
Hey, we
mentioned...
need to get him. We need to get him on the podcast and ask him.
I had Buff as Buff Bagwell on my other podcast. I would like to
Yeah.
have Marcus Bagwell on. Because he's been clean and sober for a while now. So
Yeah, but he came off the wagon about 2 or 3 months ago.
now he's claiming that that wasn't true. That was an old warrant that had finally been served to him from back in the bad days, and that he's still on the wagon.
Okay, when you had him,
Mhm.
was this in his prostitution days?
No, this was about 18 months or 2 years ago, but it was in the off the wagon period.
Did you did you ask him about those days?
No, and I can't believe I didn't. I've
Why
got to
didn't
have him back. I don't know. There was
that's
loads of
that's
stuff.
that's what I want to know. I don't give a shit about his wrestling career. Just tell me about the other stuff.
I promise you, if I can get him back on, I'll have him on and I'll ask it for you. You said that you worked with Buff in TNA, so
Yeah.
this was in the early days, wasn't it? How was that?
Oh, he was fine.
Yeah.
He was good. Yeah.
'Cause he had a
Buff
bad
was
rep. He had a bad rep in the business at the time, so I was wondering what you thought of him, definitely.
hey, See, where did I have him at? I worked a show with him one time. We were at I swear to God, we was at a goddamn rodeo arena. Damn dirt floor and this and you could probably pack 4,000 people because it had seats all around the rodeo, enclosure. I bet we had 150 people there. Oh, it was horrible. So I got my money first. I think Buff did too. And he showed up and I think he was tipsy that night too. But he said hello and how you doing? And, hugged me, and then he was supposed to go right out and do something. And he did. Didn't he get hurt real bad not too long ago, 5 years ago or something?
Yeah. He's been on crutches for a long
happened?
time. I think car accident. I suspect he caused, but he didn't want to talk about it. But
Well,
yeah, he did his leg improperly. When you worked with him in TNA, I believe that would have been the very first TNA show because he was in for that, and then
he disappeared.
Then he pretty much disappeared. He did like a couple of other episodes really early on when I don't think you were involved, and then he did a couple of shots in 2006, and that was it.
Yeah, well, he wasn't there long, and that's actually where I met him. But
no, well, it's good to know that he was fine to deal with.
Well, I didn't have to deal with him in a position of booking him, I was booking him, but I didn't handle him. But it was simple stuff, so he couldn't disagree on too much.